Hey guys, thank you so much for going through the snow today. I know it's pretty cold out there. Yeah, last week was pretty tough. When we're that close and it looks like we're going to win the match and things just don't go our way, it's really tough on our players. And I think that they really thought that they were going to get it this week, and we just didn't get the job done. But looking back at the tape and looking back at the games, I think that our players brought forth the best game that they could. And it was just unfortunate that Ehrenberg was sick a little bit going to that last stretch. And that's just the way that it rolled. One of the things that I wanted to talk about with the players this week going into our match with Montclair was basically having them understand that it's our job at this point to not think about what happened in the past and think about how this team wants to be remembered going forward. There's still a lot of potential in terms of what our team can achieve for this season, and our goal is to basically make sure that our team is capable of doing those things. So we're really excited about our lineup against Montclair. We're fielding a 24.99 average rating, which of course will be the highest in franchise history. We've got Evgeny Postny, we've got Wander, Shabalov, and then we have Jennifer Yu on board 4 rounding out. I'm really impressed by all the players. I was especially impressed with the progression that Jennifer Yu made last week compared to how she played last year. I thought her time management was on point. I thought she rebounded nicely from those first 2 games. And I'm sure she's going to continue to bring that kind of dedication to playing great chess for us this season. So with that being said, I'll open up to questions from the media and let you guys take it away.
Hey Isaac, this is Ichin. How does the addition of James Canty change the team overall?
Yeah, I mean, James Canty was a big signing for us. I've never been more excited to sign a non-titled player to our team. I think he adds a lot of experience, and one of the first things I learned about him when I was talking about what he would want to do if he were to be on this team is he got second place in the U23 Millionaire Open in 2016, I believe, which is of course a really big honor. And I think that when you've got someone like that who has a lot of experience and is really determined to play, you always want to see the players like that succeed on your team, and we want to make sure that we have what it takes for them. These next few weeks for James is all going to be about getting ready for Pro Chess League action, working with our practice squad and going through the reps. So in that way, he's able to have a little bit more experience to draw on when he's able to make our debut for us later this season. So we're really excited to have James in the team. I think that the rest of the team is really excited to have someone like him who cares a lot about this team as well. And we're going to go from there. Next question.
Hey Isaac, this is Ahmed here. Obviously a disappointing result against New York last week. As general manager of the team, how do you plan on rallying the troops after that result, and how do you think it affects the Pawngrabbers' hopes for postseason?
Yeah, I mean, definitely on paper, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a hit because there's a clear divide at this point in terms of the top 4 and the bottom 4 teams in the Atlantic. But this is still we're going into week 3, and our goal is to basically focus on the next match and do what we can to improve every week. I actually thought the team played really well last week, and I felt we answered more questions that left unanswered compared to our Montreal matchup. Whenever you've got a 2-3-4 combo on your bottom 3 boards scoring 3, 2, and 1, that's usually a pretty good setup where you can kind of put everything on your board 1, which is all you want to do in a match. Unfortunately, Ehrenberg was sick, and that kind of changed the match strategy, and we just couldn't get that extra point that we needed. So yeah, it's a disappointing result. I think it's a wake-up call to the team that things are not going to be easy in the league this season, but I was really pleased with the way that the team performed, and I think that a lot of the members of our fan base can say the same thing. So this week against Montclair, we're going to go into it as if it's a must-win, but obviously we want to make sure that everyone's playing their best chess first. I'll take the next question.
Hey Isaac, this is James. Do you think Evgeny Postny is the answer for this Pawngrabbers team?
I mean, to say that a particular player is the answer kind of is not exactly what we're looking for. We're at this point looking for depth and the ability to rotate different players and kind of build upon a lot of the experience that we've had in our team and turn that into success. So I think Evgeny's going to give us a lot of strength. He'll be the highest rated player to have ever played for the Pawngrabbers in franchise history when he plays for us this upcoming Tuesday. But the goal is not necessarily to shoulder all of the responsibilities of the season on one player, but to distribute it over a bunch of different players. We now have 5 players over 2,500 that we feel pretty confident that we can rotate, rotate the reps that is among them. So, I think that we've done a good job now at establishing the depth that we need at every single board. The question is, who wants to step up and, be able to be the players that, we're going to ride the rest of the season on. I'll take the next question.
Hi, Isaac. This is Nathan. So how do you guys view your match this week against Montclair? And do you think there's a little extra juice to the match since you've signed 2 of their former players?
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting story that I don't think the Pro Chess League has done an extremely deep job uncovering. But yeah, I mean when you have 2 of the former Montclair Soprano players and Sergei Ehrenberg and Evgeny Postny now on the Pittsburgh Pawngrabbers, that they're going to come out and be upset. Just looking at their lineup, they've got 3 2600s on their top 3 boards. They've got 2,000 on board 4. It looks a lot like that Montreal team that we played in week 1. So our job is basically to go out there and make sure that we go up there and play our best chess. I think that it's a must-win for us, given that the trajectory of the team has been upwards, and I think that for the way that our team has been playing out, if they can go into this this week and pull out a win, I think that'll be huge for them in terms of moving on to the rest of the season. Of course, if they lose, we're going to have to work with what that happens, but our mindset is we're going to go in there, we're going to play our best, and we're going to get the W. I'll take one more question.
Hey Isaac, come out again. So obviously Montreal has been off to a flying start this season. Do you think that makes our loss against them look a little better, and how does that affect the league in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, definitely when we're setting up our lineups from week to week, my job is not necessarily to compare losses and try to make our loss seem better or worse than it was. I mean, I think that loss to Montreal for us was kind of like the definite wake-up call that, like, hey, things need to change. And, I think our players have done a great job of adapting. But, yeah, I have to give a lot of credit to that Montreal team. A lot of things for them have changed since that relegation performance last year, and I think that they look really strong going into 2019. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to make the playoff run tougher for us having another team, but we always welcome the challenge, and that's what this Pro Chase League is about. So, if there's no other questions, I think that'll do it for today. Thank you guys so much.